Moments ago, went through their usual pregame ritual, although there's nothing usual about a Game 7.
What time is it? Game time!
And welcome to Game 7, everybody.
What time is it? Game time!
And welcome to Game 7, everybody.
Hey, we finna start this bitch off. Right. What's up, everybody? Everybody. I am your host, De Niro, with my boy Santana the Great. This is the Game 7 podcast.
What's cracking?
Hey, Santana.
Yo, what's going on?
How's your week?
Week was good. Same thing. Putting up content.
Gang banging.
Collecting. You know. Hunting and collecting.
Gang.
No, everything's good though, man. Quiet weekend. What about your end? Gang banging.
You was wasting your time. Drinking that wine.
Yeah, don't even. Here we go.
Smoking that smoke.
These one of them episodes I've been waiting on. Talk about some bull.
Nah, you're not gonna get past that. What the fuck is up, man? 2020 is beyond words, my G.
2020 is wilding.
Wasting your time, smoking that wine, smoking that dough.
Bro, who let him get in the studio? Well, I mean, it's Smokey, yo, but nobody was like, yo, like we ain't gonna hit record on that.
That's one of the situations where you know you don't got real friends and people not around to be honest with you. What the fuck was that? And this ain't even how I want to kick this joint off.
Hey, we here.
Gang banging.
I'm watching. I'm like, when he dropped this shit, but he looked old on this. So I'm like, he just dropped that.
Yeah, most people thought it was. Fake.
I thought it was old.
Most people thought it was fake.
I thought it was like some shit that somebody said don't put out there, but they released it later. But I'm like, he looked old in this, so he just did this.
I wish they would have. Man, hold on. What's wrong with Smokey, man? All right. That being said, I didn't really mean to start it off like that, though. But, yeah, the week was cool. Typical shit, like you said, uploading. I got a lot accomplished, so I'm not, feeling good.
I see that YouTube followership climbing, though. I see that.
The struggle alone of organizing videos from, wearing too many hats, gaming, or, I hadn't even done fitness yet, but, the grind, like, people think it's easy, it's nothing, but this shit, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, this is the Game 7 podcast. Anybody not following us, myself, The Detour on Instagram, Dwight Nash on Facebook, Santana the Great, as you can see written there, Santana the Great on Instagram, and damn near everything else, right?
Yes, sir.
It's everything. Yeah, that boy consistent. But y'all do me a favor before we get into this. Share this post. It's public. Share it. Put it in them groups.
Mm-hmm.
Put it on your page. Do whatever. I really want to talk about. I really want people. You know what I mean? This is why we go live. This is the reason I want people to understand the reason why we chose to do this as a live podcast, which most people don't do. Mm-mm. They pre-record. They don't want to say shit and not have that edit option. They don't want to. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to. What you mean you can't hear shit? Can you hear shit? I hear everything.
Who can't hear shit? I ain't seen the comment yet.
He say he can't hear shit, but
let me check. Let me check.
All right.
There we go. Yeah.
Jay, fix your shit, bro. Turn your volume up because we can hear it too. But yeah, this is the reason why I chose to go live, man. As a podcast fan, before I had a podcast, when I was thinking of the idea or the visual for it, I enjoy watching and listening to podcasts, YouTube, and everything else. And we realize that most people do because you're branding. Once you put yourself out there, you know what I'm saying? It's on record. It ain't no coming back from it. You know what I'm saying? And they have a team of people that film them, that mix the vocals and everything. What's up, Kalita? They they edit out things and mistakes that they may have said, words and slip ups and so on and so forth. We didn't want to do that. I wanted to go live for these moments right here. Everybody got a lot to say. A lot to say. The timeline blew up instantly, and I haven't watched it, bro. I know you fill me in, and I get filled in, but I haven't watched it. But this is why I don't want to hear or see any comments or posts after this. If y'all don't bring y'all ass on here and speak y'all mind, it's an open platform. This is what it's here for. Let's have this conversation, whether it's political, fun, or whatever. Let's have these conversations. But without further ado, have you ever been in an entanglement, my G? If so, how did you untangle it?
I
Listen, most people didn't even know what the fuck, and still don't. Still don't. So, man,
I mean, when she said it, I understood, so I still had to look it up. You know what I mean? It's just when I heard entanglement, I think of like a little awkward and sticky situation.
no, Kalita. So, all right. Again, for anybody that's not understanding or haven't been um listened to previous podcasts, Game VII is not a gaming podcast. It's not a sports podcast. Game VII is a way of life. It's basically treating every day like it's Game VII. And most people that understand what a Game VII is, you understand that you've worked hard for that point. It's supposed to be the most exciting moment in sports, but after a Game VII, it's win or lose or go. It's win or go home. It's loser. You know what I'm saying? Like you're walking away knowing that you may never be in that position again, and how privy you were to be in that position. And if you hadn't left it all on the floor, if you don't trust the people around you, if you're not leaving your blood, sweat, and tears out there, if you're not seizing that moment, you're gonna regret it. So this is Game VII. This is what we wanted to bring to everybody. It's not one thing or another. It's basically us taking advantage of every moment that we have and making the most of it. It's a way of life. So no, it's not gaming. No, it's not sports. We're not limiting ourselves to any one thing at all. It's just that's the brand. That's the motto. Treat every day like it's Game VII. That being said, thank you for joining us, Kalita. Long time no see. Jason, fix your shit if it ain't fixed, or holler at me or whatever. But that look, first of all, the balls. I wanna make it clear. Like I said, I don't have. I'm doing this for conversation purposes. I have no input or no. I don't have any. I don't really ever have any thoughts towards anybody else's life situation, what they choose to do on a day-to-day basis. It don't bother me none. But again, as my disclaimer said before, once you put it out in the public, it's fair game. If you put it out there, you wanted people to know, you wanted people to talk about it. And we are here to discuss these things. And luckily, this ties a lot together, my brother. This ties a lot together. A lot together.
Yes, it does.
Who knew? Who knew?
Who knew what?
I mean, all right, so I came on here and I said I vehemently, I can't say that word, denied or thought, I thought he was bullshitting. Only because he sounded bitter. Boy, he sound bitter, and I made it, I made it a point to say that it sounded like somebody who shot their shot and lost. And still could be that way. Maybe he wanted more and it seemed like he wanted more and it just wasn't gonna go there. She wanted her old thing back. And he, it's a male ego, you like, So I wasn't wrong, but I wasn't right. That being said, the explanation for it in that situation, that's them. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. I got one rule. I got one rule in relationships. I know relationships not perfect, but I got one rule. And my rule, anything before me, I don't really care. Doesn't bother me. Anything before me, and that's in talking, that's in texting, that's in anything. You know what I'm saying? Women are gonna have history. You're gonna have, kids, or you're gonna have a relationship, or that first, you're not getting the virginity. It's a lot of things going on in a relationship, and especially at our age. But all my life, I've always felt one thing: I don't really care who's before me,
Right.
as long as you wasn't like a, you know, Tatiana, because I can't do that. But after me, if we begin texting, talking, dating, being intimate in any kind of way, yeah, nah.
What if y'all what if y'all kind of got that understanding? So that's where you at. You like it's
I mean, like polygamy and
if
shit.
I'm dealing with you, it's just it's me and us.
I'm,
And
I'm saying, I'm saying from my perspective, I don't have. There's people out there with polygamous relationships. There people. Everything works different for people. That's what I'm saying. Like I have nothing. If they worked it out, they worked it out. That's love. That's love. Like I can't. I don't care. Like you can have an opinion on what you believe their relationship is supposed to be like, or how he was supposed to handle it, or how she makes him look, or speculate on what the circumstances of that was. But at the end of the day, if they happy, I don't care.
right,
What I'm saying is I've never been cut from that cloth. I'm not somebody that shares. I'm not somebody that wants to share. I'm not somebody that you can leave, separate, go do your thing with somebody, and I look at you the same.
right.
I'm not built like that.
So you saying once you separate, y'all, that's it. Y'all ain't no
Yeah.
separate. Y'all done.
No. Listen, you can separate. If you're separating and your issues are with me or yourself or finding yourself or doing those things, I'm gonna give you all the space in the world that you need. You can do your thing. What I'm saying is, as a man, for me, what you can't do is go to another man and come back under no circumstances.
Right, I hear you.
That's what I'm saying. So I mean, built different. So but again, that's love, and maybe I just don't understand love or whatever the case. And I'm sure like the rebuttal to all of that is Will absolutely was doing his thing. It probably always has. It is what it is.
Right.
I'm just saying I'm not built that way,
Yeah.
and I'm definitely not built in the way that you can sit out and publicly, you know, announce that. Me and young August would have had to have a talk.
With that situation, it should have been a talk had a long time ago.
That's what I'm saying.
Over a year ago, cause
That's what I'm saying. The respect of it.
none of this story is new to me. Cause when I heard what he said what he said to you, like I'm like, yo, what is he on, yo?
Well, nobody. That's what I'm saying. No, nobody for years. For years, everybody always speculated that they had an open relationship, that they could do what they want. It's been there. So that wasn't new. What you have is a person who was so close to them, and basically what I still feel like, and I said this, I don't care what you do in life, violating the respect code, because that's still my wife now. You understand what I'm saying? That's my family. We let you in, you know what I mean? It was no problem. You shut your mouth, you know what I mean? Certain things that you just don't discuss regardless of what. And yeah, exactly. I'm saying what I'm saying. Like, for me personally, in a relationship category, whether that's, I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is on what level. If it's just starting, if it's years in, if it's years ago, if we began talking and that went left, or you were on some other shit, I'm never looking at you the same. And in the sexual side of it, if we're married, separated, together, gone, or whatever, or dating, I'm not coming back. I can't. For that very reason.
Right.
There's a lot of unspoken laws out there with men. If you notice in rap and everything like that, there's always a rebuttal. On one side, a rapper would say, I took your bitch. But another rapper that's smart turned around and say, like Ray J, I hit it first.
Mm-hmm.
What both of them are saying would be right, but it depends on how you want to spin your narrative.
Right.
The one narrative is I already had her, and the other one is you couldn't handle her, I took it. And I'm saying from my perspective, I never want to give or have it. Once a man has that, let me back it up so I can be a little more clear. I'm never gonna be the richest man in the world. I'm never gonna be the most handsome guy in the world. I'm never gonna have the best car. I'm never gonna, you know what I mean? There's always a nigga out there more blessed than you, whatever the case is in certain categories. Your woman is your woman. Your woman is your woman. I've always said that. I stand on that. Once a man feels that he has that on you and you gave it to him, shorty, it's a wrap. For me, personally.
Yeah, I hear that a lot, man. Just like for me personally, like I always looked at it like if you could shoot that, shoot to me, like yeah, I took your woman. Like in my head, it's always like she won mine. You know what I'm saying?
That's what
what you win in the end? Like have fun.
For lack of a better term, she for the streets. Like after that, if you can get my woman, she yours. And I tell her the same thing. If a man can get you, I'm not fighting for you. You his. Women say the same thing. Women always say it in a different way. What women say is if it's a choice between you or me and them, don't worry about it. Just pick them.
Yeah.
We're all saying the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, that's the only thing about the relationship side of that whole conversation that I had. You know, but again, there's polygamists out there. What works for one person doesn't work for the next. And there's a lot of people having conversations about what they should or should not do within their relationship that wouldn't handle the situation any better or have no room to talk. And that's kind of where I draw the line. Like for shits and giggles, we could talk about it. And I would love to have a woman on here that, you know, talk their perspective or whatever. It's not a, you know, I've seen a lot of people saying, well, Kobe did this and Jordan did that. And, you know, all these people, Tiger Woods did and, you know, Tristan Thompson did. And it's like, yeah, it was wrong when they did it too.
Yep. I think their thing is that, like, they try to say men are quiet, like, you know, because I ain't gonna lie, I seen a lot of guys chiming in on this. On this situation. So
listen, it's not a shot at you. It's not a shot at you because I know you're a content creator. It's not a shot at you because I know how it goes. But I was surprised that men tuned into the Red Room.
Oh, yeah. No, they didn't. Oh, I said it live on air. I'm tuning in.
Well,
I
listen,
said it live.
And that's why I'm saying it's not a shot. What I'm saying is, for me, there's certain, you know, areas of talk or whatever that goes on or this situation that did garner a lot more publicity than what most things or most situations do. But let's not kid ourselves. History has shown us there's a double standard in the way men and women should act. That's fair. I'm not saying it's right, but that's a fact. There is an absolute difference. I'm not saying it makes him a man. I'm not saying it's, you know, accepted. I'm not saying any of that, but let's keep it a buck. Like, this conversation goes way deeper than cheating. There is a certain statue that a man has to have in order to even be considered a man. When we have to talk about it, just as a woman. And what I mean by that is a woman could get away with certain aspects of not having to present a Bentley, a house, a good job, and so on and so forth, and still be considered a woman. A man can't do that. Those are some of the double standards. Like as a man, you cannot, your manhood is always in question simply off of what you can provide and what you can do. How manly are you? From the day you're born. Your worth is in how you can provide, how you can protect, and who, how coveted you are, how much you want it. What do you have to offer? What do you bring to the table? As a man, that's it. As a woman, you pretty much can be pretty and maneuver, untouched. And those are some of the double standards. So I say that to say, as a woman, you giving your body up or doing certain promiscuous activities or whatever the case, if you got a high body count, it's long been known that most men don't want you or your value for for a wife or what is a wife. And women do this. That's not just men. Yeah. Women be the first ones to point out a hoe or a thought or a runner or a bust down. Women will do that.
Yeah. Quick.
They'll do it to their own friends. And they know. You know that as women, you know the women in your circle that get around and that just don't have that thing that ain't clean, ain't healthy, ain't wholesome. You know it. And as a man, it's like, for lack of uh argument, what do you do for a living? How tall are you? Where do you live? You live with your mama? Nah. What kind of car?
I'm gonna say, what do you drive?
How big is your dick? It's a lot of things that go into being a man.
Long list.
But there are double standards. That's what I'm saying. So that whole thing about cheating or men didn't say this. We're not known to gossip. Women are known for talk shows and shit like that. Like men don't normally, and it's definitely hate or what was the term Joe Nem used? Dirty macking.
Dirty Mac. If you
talk
speak
down
on
on
it.
yeah. Like what I look like going out there and be like, oh man, she should leave Tristan. Dirty macking. That's just part of the code. That's the bro code. It's just certain shit you just don't say or do. You don't really speak on what another man is doing.
Yeah.
Especially since, let's keep it a buck, a lot of men understand a lot of the behaviors. Like the first thing men say when we see a guy like Tristan Thompson cheat on Chloe, we know it ain't about the money. Listen, perfect example. We know her body count. For the most part, we've seen her active. I don't know. I can't tell you definitively that I know who she's, you know what I'm saying, so on and so forth. But I know she ain't.
Well, like you said, they put it out there. It's out there for us to see.
You out there.
Yeah.
And what they call it, the whole facts. It's out there. We have a record of, going down just off the top, even without paying attention to you. Like I don't have to even know you to know, it was like, oh, one day she was with French Montana.
Right.
Next, Lamar Odom or this guy. You don't have to even know or be interested in their life to see these things. So then when you see a man that gets involved in it, the first thing that goes is an opportunity. The first thing we think when we see a guy like Tristan fucking with a woman like Chloe is he did it for the bag. He did it for the money in that situation. He wanted to smash. They got entangled. And it went from there. He ended up, you know what I'm saying? But we immediately go, yeah, just because, and I know because I'm in a lot of group chats, just because it's pretty, she crazy, It's something missing. It's something missing there. She ain't doing something to make a dude step out. That's what we go to. She ain't doing something. And I'm not saying it's right. I'm just calling it how I see it. And the double standard to the shit is a man cannot maneuver as a bum and get that same kind of support or whatever. Same shit was said about Will. If Will comes forth and says that he's dated one of Willow Smith's friend, peers or whatever that was welcome in their house during their break, this situation goes left. Now Will Smith is a whole creep out here.
Way off the left.
It goes different. They can say what they want to, but the fact is, if Will was outed for, and I'm not saying it's not possible, but I am saying the situation, if Will was outed for dating a woman or a girl that was 21 years younger, could hang with his daughters or was hanging with his daughters, making music with his daughters, welcome in the house or met through his daughters or whatever the case was, and it was said that he stepped out on the relationship for that, so on and so forth, this is a completely different conversation.
First word thrown out there is the C word we hear, the cancel.
Yeah, canceled and creep. Cancel, creep. We in today in the cancel culture and given everything that's going on, I would not even doubt. I mean, his whole legacy would be done for anyway. They be pulling Fresh Prince off air or whatever the case is, but everything then comes into question.
Yep.
We've seen it. Everything that he's done, they start looking and they start saying, well, he probably did this to old girl on the show, or he did this to this person, or this why this was going on. and it's a completely different conversation.
Yeah, that's true.
That's absolutely true. There's nobody that's gonna sit here and dispute that. If this conversation was, in fact, Will did X, Y, and Z with, you know, one of
So
the
younger artists that
yeah,
that have he'd be looked at as a predator. I say it.
absolutely a creep and everything, and it'll be all kind of support shit and so on and so forth. But that being said, I think that's the reason why, and this is my main point. I think that's the reason why there is a difference between how Jada was received, or this situation was received, versus what we know about male athletes, male rappers, stars, or whatever, or men in general, with cheating. Can't be mad. We didn't make the rules. We didn't make the rules. But anyway, what do you think about the situation, though?
No, like I said, when I heard it, I didn't have questions for Jada, Will. I had way more questions for August. Like why again?
Oh,
Cause
that's
this,
just
like, why come back out with it again? And he been begging out in the public for a minute. That's the thing. Like, I don't know if you remember. I think all right, before it was an IG post that he did probably a year and a half ago. It was the happy birthday post to Jada. I don't know if you saw that.
right. I remember that.
That's what kicked it all off. And then leading up to that was the 1,000 of pictures they had with each other. So now everybody looking like,
Yeah,
And then a little bit after that, the song comes out.
yeah.
And it's obvious who he was talking to, because he for the official video for the song, he had the text messages running. And he had the name Corin up there or whatever. So most of us know what Jada's middle name is if you follow it long enough. That's her middle name. So yeah, like I just don't get what he gets out of it.
He's still hurt, bitter. It is what it is. It is what it is. That's some sensitive male behavior.
Yeah, he emo too, man.
Well, listen. That's another point that I had on here on the docket is for men. We are absolutely taught to be strong, and you're not really supposed to vent. You're not really supposed to be vulnerable. You're not really supposed to be sensitive and all them things in the relationship. Your job is to provide, protect, and you're really supposed to be the rock. You know what I'm saying? So when you see a guy, or we see a guy that is able to, or that just downright gets publicly vocal about this shit, it's weird. It's not, and it's not even just the emotional side. It's one of those things where I'm not giving you the benefit of knowing you hurt me. I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna give you the benefit of knowing I'm personally scarred or fucked up by this situation and how it was handled, or how, you know what I mean? What we discuss and how, what we discuss in text, in person, I can tell you those things, but publicly, no. And this is a big reason why most men don't do, it's a feminine thing to do all that exposing shit, like screenshots and, receipts. That's a female trait.
I never got that either, man.
That's a female trait. Women do that. Like, women get on Facebook and be like, oh, such and such was in my inbox, or that ain't what he said, or,
Yeah,
that's
post it.
Yeah, that's what women do. They do that. Like, we got receipts. I know a lot of men that got receipts. Like, shorty, stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. I'll ruin your life. But it's not, a male thing to be one of those dudes that do tell-all books, or, that's weird.
Yeah, I've always thought
right.
that.
Not saying it's right. I'm telling you the culture. I'm telling you, like, don't attack me saying, oh, that's, barbaric, or that's, old thinking. And I'm telling you the facts. You don't gotta like it, but it is what it is. Men that gossip or show receipts or give that kind of energy off is feminine. It's feminine. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, most women, most women, most women understand at an early age your job or your position, you can get by, just fucking feed them. Fuck and feed them. A male is required, required. It is a requirement, or you are a bum. Let's keep it 100. You are a bum if you cannot provide. You don't have a solid job, steady income, make certain amount of money, figures, certain statue, and certain things go on in your life. You're a bum. And that also caters into one of the posts that I had this week about women often overlook the corny dude. Will was the corny dude for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Boxing, DMXs, and you know what women deemed as strong or, a male. He was a corny dude for a lot of times. Probably still is.
Yeah, I mean, you listen to like how a lot of the still today, like how a lot of the I say like the celebrity guys and stuff when they talk about him, you can see and hear that they still look at him like that kind of.
Well, that's forever on him. But it's not just him. It's the Russell Wilsons. The women
Oh,
let you know quick.
yeah.
There are future types and the Russell Wilson types. And
Mm-hmm.
what they're essentially saying to you is you either ain't shit nigga or a sucker. And we settle for or need to find us a Russell Wilson sucker, clown, lame, Nick Cannon types. Come on, man. Let's keep it a buck.
Yeah.
Have to, that's it, it's a lot of women that go straight to that. They go to the um I'm gonna speak for black women right now, and they're gonna probably attack me.
Just say
But
be careful. Be
nah, I'm
careful.
not gonna be careful. I'm not gonna be careful.
Nah,
I'm
say
gonna
what you
call
gotta
it.
say. Say what you gotta say.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna tell you, women, and I'm only making my point for one reason. That's because women love to say it like men don't say shit, or we don't gossip, or we don't talk about the futures and so on and so forth when they do the things that they do, but we don't have to.
Mm.
I'll make it very clear. I've seen black women say all the time, I'm done with niggas, I'm dating white dudes.
Mm.
As if to say white dudes treat you better or niggas ain't shit subliminally.
Yeah.
That's undisputed. And the second part of that is if it's not um, white dudes, the level from that is Russell Wilson. I need to find me a Russell Wilson. This is their joke. This ain't ours, but we know it.
Oh, yeah.
This is their jokes and their thinking. Will Smith was on that list and probably is more on that list now, knowing that you can have an entanglement and come right back home. She said, no, sir. Listen, she's heard it. As a woman, you may not feel that way, but I guarantee you, if you scroll down your timeline, there's more women talking about how men ain't shit and how they done with men. Oh,
But what's
sorry, I forgot about the one.
what's no sir though, Key? That's,
It's a fact. These are facts.
yeah.
These are undisputed facts that I'm talking here. There's a certain level, and there's levels to what a man is supposed to be and how a man is supposed to be. Yeah, she knows. And I posted and I said it. I said in a post, they were talking about the childish Gambino types in the post, and she's stupid. They were talking about the childish Gambino types and stuff like that, and the post says something about let's be clear. There's a lot of black women that overlook those type and they're weird and so on and so forth, but that doesn't make them less woke. All right. First of all, disclaimer: I don't care who you dating. If you date outside your race, male, female, whatever. To me, at this point, and really all my life, I've always felt that shit is a little. That shit is a little old. I don't know how to, I don't really know the word that I'm saying, but I've said it even about the politics. We just ain't looking at color like that. Like,
All right.
if you love that person and they're for you, that's for you. But if you choose to date inside your race all the time, so on and so forth, so be it. No problem. All right.
It's your purpose.
That being said, let's not lie. There are some people Dave Chappelle was one of them. Dave Chappelle for a long, long time was a corny nigga to niggas. He was lame. They didn't get his jokes. They didn't like him. I always thought he was funny.
I did from the beginning.
He was fucking funny. Suddenly, because the way his comedy evolved and the things that he talk about, he's a genius and he's one of us and so on and so forth. But let's not mistake it. If you look at how he talked, if you go back and look at his catalog, you look at his jokes back when Bernie Mac and Martin Lawrence was out there giving it up, he wasn't on that. And he was considered corny. When he was doing Half Baked and so on and so forth, he was considered corny. Childish, you could say the same thing about him with his stand-up. He's not in the category. He's not his stand-up, his music and shit like that. He's not in the category for our top comedians or ever even thought of as one of our comedians until he drops a "This Is America" and shit like that. Then he's
get looked at,
genius and so on and so forth.
He been out a long time now, man. And I don't know if you ever watched his stand-up, but dude was a good comedian.
He is, but keep it a buck. Was he one of us? Was he somebody that we were welcoming and embracing?
No, as a whole, no.
Even if you look at their audience, their audience that was going out to buy these tickets, were white, and Asian, and so on and so forth, right? So I say all that to say there is a level of it's like fucking wings, man. It's like chicken wings. Everybody got their preference, man, and y'all know what it is when y'all going out. Let's not make it as if I'm just saying some shit just to be saying it. That Will Smith Jada situation, if it works for them, it works for them. Nobody should have any input for him or from him, whatever the case is. For all we know, if y'all want to call them swingers, and I've seen people even allude to Will Smith being homosexual, bisexual, and so on and so forth, so on and so forth. That's their preference, man. Ain't taking no pussy off my plate, so I have no say in it. Am I lying?
No.
I'm there like I don't. It's not taking no pussy off my plate, man. What he do.
It's on him. It's on them.
Yeah, and what she accept, what he accept, that's on them. Whatever they doing, got nothing to say. But
like I said, out there, old shit. I just wanted to know what August's angle was, man. Like what? I know he just dropped the album. Which I ain't gonna lie, the album sounds okay, but I didn't know I don't know. I didn't know what he's gonna get out the deal by opening his mouth like that. Years later, again, like you keep doing it.
Well, I think August needed. I think he needed that little publicity. It just is what it is. I don't know the angle. You know, it is what it is. But what I will say in regards, he's lame. It ain't never gonna change that the boy lame. What I would say in regards to the entire situation that I didn't like. One of the conditions we as men have always been taught is it is our job to make sure that the woman we're with or the women in our lives are comfortable. They need that vacation. They need that pampering. They need them massages. They need the getaways to relax. They need the compliments. You got to constantly thank your mama or thank this or do this or thank you. And in this situation, Jada absolutely showed you that her mental health or whatever it was that she was lacking and needed to feel was first. And as a man, if you had decided if you decide tomorrow that you need for your mental health or whatever you're going through under the same circumstances, you needed a break or some time off or you needed a massage or whatever, to vent, you just don't feel 100. Ain't many ways to go about that. And there ain't a lot of women on a day-to-day basis or even monthly or yearly that give a fuck about making sure that your mental and emotional health is taken care of. There's a lot of women that won't even make sure that your physical needs aren't met. And that's regardless of how hard you work or, whatever. when you start to talk about how those things trickle down, the fact that I cannot vent, I cannot talk to you, I cannot be vulnerable, I am stressed, I do need to get away, I do need to clear my mind, and sometimes it starts at the physical, and now it's mental, now and then that begins to be emotional, and now I'm just fucked up. But I have no way of saying that because if I say it,
You weak.
I'm weak, or you're always talking about sex, ain't you?
Yeah. When that ain't in the whole case, that's not even a problem.
Yeah, like
That might be part of it, but that's nowhere near like the
it's
problem.
exactly. It's understanding that I once I realize that you ain't here with this, you can't be there with it. And now that I've repeated myself X amount of times, I don't even want to talk about it no more. I'm frustrated, I'm pissed off, I'm a lot of things, but that begins to be mental and emotional. And as a man, you can't then go, I'm out, I need to break and do what Jada just did.
Oh no, you can't do that. I mean,
You ain't shit.
yeah.
And you even more wrong. You even more wrong in them situations when you realize that what you're asking for is motherfuckers that's willing to give it.
It always is. It always is.
So it's the domino effect. I'm doing X, Y, Z to make sure that you're straight. I'm going out of my way. You've got the compliments, you got the vacations, you got the pampering, you don't have to worry about this, that, whatever. I got all that covered. What are you doing for me? Where's my getaway? When do I relax? When are we gonna address my mental health? And even in saying that, am I lying? Doesn't it not sound feminine? Am I lying?
Nah.
There's no right way to do that as a man.
And that's the thing. That's just how we brought up, man, and how society
Man,
treats us. Like we like everything you just said. You kind of like, damn, that sounds kind of soft and shit, but it ain't. It's just human shit. Like you know what I mean? Like mental health important, for everybody. So
What
the
Jada
fact you
did-
being a man and you mention that, you weak as hell.
right. So what Jada did was what they didn't want or what they neglect, what they're looking over. They're looking over the fact that no, niggas is not, no, men are not just out here shitting on Tiger Woods or, whoever get into these scandals. Because one, that's not what we do. That's not how we're raised to do. It's no different than, it's no different than, the stereotype of, daddy get the big piece of chicken. And that's what his reward is for working hard. Like, nah, man.
A big piece of chicken.
Like, that's my reward. Like, come on, man. You know what I mean? Over time, you understand certain things subliminally. You learn over time that kids are gonna thank their mother. Buy their mama a house. I want to buy my mama a house. You've rarely ever heard kids ever say, I'm gonna do this for daddy or whatever, unless it's like, oh, I took out to my dad. My dad was hard on him, hard on me. He taught me this, he taught me that. He was the backbone and stuff like that. Hey, what you gonna do with your money? Man, I want to buy my mama a house. It's certain things that you understand quickly without even knowing it. It's embedded in you that there's certain things that you just are not supposed to point out, look at, or whatever. Those are the double standards. That's just how it is. A man is supposed to be there for his family and so on and so forth. A man is, a man is a man is a man.
Supposed to be the strong one.
You're. My bottom line is you're under a different set of rules.
Yeah.
And once a woman realizes the type of man that she has, it's running gun from there. Yeah. It's, you know what I mean? I'm glad we know exactly what happened in their relationship. We don't know what happened in their home or marriage or say shit. Sounds like y'all putting it on. No. That's not what I'm saying. I think she just tuned in. What I'm saying is in this situation, I know the only opinion that I have about their entire relationship. If it works for them, it works for them. That's great. What she did is cool. To each its own. I've already established that I don't really too much have an opinion on what their love is supposed to be. If they brought in 3-4 more people right now to be involved in their relationship, that's their relationship if that makes them happy. What I am saying is, if the shoe was on the other foot and this was Will Smith, this conversation is completely different. That's the only opinion that I have. I'm not blaming her. I don't have nothing to say to her. I just know that if Will Smith dated one of Willow Smith, his daughter's friends, or somebody in that age bracket or close to, for his mental health, we'd be having a totally different conversation right now.
Yep.
That's it. The only other thing that I took away from this was the difference in how men and women of any class or whatever welcome in bullshit. Because my Facebook lit up with entanglement jokes and so on and so forth so quick. All the red room talk. I've even seen what I call the Chris Brown effect. When Chris Brown beat Rihanna, you've seen a lot of women say, "Oh, he could beat me any day."
Yeah,
I seen
there was a lot of that going around.
I seen a lot of women go, "Have y'all seen what August working with?" You see certain shit and you go, so that's how we kicking it. That's what we doing. That's it. How they choose to live their life from here on out or in the past, I have zero opinion on. Zero. Don't care. Not gonna disrespect their relationship. Will Smith sitting here right now. I shake his hand. You know what I mean? Jada, she's still a woman in my eyes. I ain't calling her no whore, none of that, whatever. I'm simply saying, couldn't be me. That's it. It's just odd. But I understand it because I'm taught to understand that there's a difference in the way men and women are expected to act and how we're expected to receive certain shit. And this is not new. This is not the only situation where I've said that. I've said it before. I feel like a lot of women are conditioned to think that a man that looks a certain way, moves a certain way, or whatever is actually a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
As a black man in America, I know I'm the stereotype until you talk to me. And if you just want to judge off, or if we would have a conversation, I'll keep it a buck. I've been real with people who think I'm lying because they've been lied to in the past, and that's it. And it's not my job to prove that to you, that I'm not. It's not my job to prove to you I'm not them, or I'm not this, or this isn't true. That's not my job. Your job as a person, if you think that I'm lying, if you think that I'm not who I am, or if you think that there's ill intent on my end, move the fuck away from me for your well-being, not mine. Go left. I'm not forcing you to be here. That's it. Stereotypes and the rest of that aside, that's not my job. I'm not here to teach you or whatever. I work the way that I work, and I do my body of work the way that I do my body of work, and that's it. Hate it or love it. You don't gotta like it.
No.
But
if you don't like it, you got to be around it. Don't choose to be there then.
Absolutely. And that's the
simple.
bottom line. If how I maneuver, how I talk, who I am gives you red flags, or you just aren't comfortable around, move around.
Mm-hmm.
Same shit in Facebook. If you don't like what I post, delete me.
Yeah, that's what I live by that at all.
If you do not like what I'm doing, delete me.
Remove it. And I won't ask. If I notice it, I'm not gonna ask you, hey, wait, what happened? I don't give a shit.
Not at all.
Peace.
Not,
cool.
No defense needed. That just
Mm-hmm.
you doing me a favor.
Yep.
But yeah, that's my stance. Like how they do shit. Like again, the surprise to all of that is people for years and years and years speculated that they were swingers.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it is what it is. Now, moving on. Dr. Dre. Another situation that, let's keep it a buck, shoe on the other foot could not happen. His wife wants $400 million in a divorce and spousal support.
But she's probably gonna get.
And she's absolutely. And we could talk about child support. We could talk about so many things on so many levels of the difference between male and female behavior, what's accepted, and what's the norm and shit like that in this world. But let's just keep it a buck. What the fuck do you need $400 million for? And spousal support. So you mean to tell me you want half my money and you can take care of yourself with $400 million?
Mm-hmm.
But you also want me to continue to pay for your way of living?
Yeah. That's how it is, man. Like how the court's gonna look at it. Her way of living has to continue. That's what that is.
And if you telling me,
and they 25 years in or something like that.
They've been in it, and again, I'm not even gonna deep dive into it because I've long understood that I don't really want to speak on people and what they deserve or don't deserve and shit like that because Dr. Dre has history.
Mm-hmm.
They it is what it is. But what I would say is sometimes I would just like to see the court system or public opinion or whatever, just people be logical, whether that's about child support, spousal support, divorce or whatever. You may have been with me and you deserve to, be paid, sure, whatever your worth is, right, no problem. I'm one of them people that I don't believe that you have to ask. Anybody that knows me, I'll make sure you're taken care of. You need to go to school. You need a business. What is it that you need? Talk to me. I understand, and I've seen it firsthand. That don't always work. There's people out there that will take your kindness and understand that you are this guy and run with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate it because all you had to do was ask.
Yep.
And now re-riffing because you think that it's okay to talk to me a certain kind of way or come at me a certain kind of way because I won't react. It's fucked up. Let's call it what it is. But that being said, $400 million is enough to be.
So you think? So you saying anything past that 400 is like come on?
Listen, I'm gonna keep it a buck. What do you need, shorty? Whatever you need, I'll give it to you. And if you need spousal support after that, I'll give it to you. But what you're not gonna do is take half. When $400 million, if you can't live comfortably,
right,
400 mil, if that's what you're asking for. Because again, if I'm being honest, if I bought you a house that you can live in comfortably, that you deserve worth whatever, 13 mil, you good with 13 mil. Sure, now, if I gave you another 13 mil to just pay your bills and be all right, and you figure out what you need to do, your next step, your next man, or whatever else, cool. That's $26 million.
Yep.
If you can't, now mind you, if you think that the first 13 mil house isn't enough, and if you think that the 13 after will not sustain your cost of living, just take the 26 mil and live a less expensive life. But $26 million is more than enough to be good.
All right.
And I'm just throwing that number out there. That's not the end all be all.
You're just saying like a good number, like a starting point.
Yeah, and being reasonable. If you don't want to be in this relationship anymore and you feel like I should pay you for your time or whatever the case was, I would have to look at like your business or what you put on hold, what it is, the thing that you wanted to do, couldn't do, how much you might have made, so on and so forth. I'll pay you that. I'll pay you out.
All right.
And if I'm being nice, let's not even go that route. And you don't want to be here no more, I'll set you up 150 mil.
Yeah, I'm thinking 150.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're good at that point. What you choose to do with your money at that point, and whatever.
Yeah.
But
you straight, you set.
But to throw 400 mil out there, and you want me to continue?
Yeah, that's like
spousal support.
That's kind of like sending a message, I guess. I don't know, like.
Nah, it's not even sending. It's because I know I'm gonna get away with it. It's because I know I'm gonna get away with it. That's the only way. Who gonna stop me? This is America. What they gonna say? And again, I'm not mad. Like I said, it's Dr. Dre. Whatever the case is, I'm just saying that there's certain. My entire point of the conversation is let's not stray away from the fact that if the shoe was on the other foot and Dr. Dre was asking for 400 mil from him, he was nobody. You don't know his name because I don't know Dr. Dre's wife's name.
I forget her name too.
And listen, this night, this is what I'm saying. This is why I'm saying and using this as an example. I don't know Dr. Dre's life, but I know he has a history of woman abuse. So I don't even know how he made it as far as he has. Nor am I gonna sit back and be upset if he loses it. It's Dr. Dre. They say for a long time, beats by Dre. You've been beating motherfuckers' ass, and that's been a running joke.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm not mad at what happens to him. I'm not mad at anybody that doesn't know to get a prenuptial agreement if you don't want to lose half at this point because it's the whole thing. Not mad. But I am saying, and I only brought this up because it is current, it is in the news, it's something that we needed to address, and I wanted to address the double standard that is men and women in their positions and their roles in America, in marriages and shit.
Yeah, it's like that. You say the other side, and we kind of seen that with the Mary J. Blige divorce situation.
Yeah, and they clowned him.
Yeah, he big clowned him.
My point, they big clowned him. That being said, like I said, that was just one of those things where it's like, bruh, gotta move carefully. I don't know why they say she just, you know, out of nowhere, you know, it was just her time, and I ain't mad.
Yeah, ain't no telling, you know, we don't know.
We don't, and I really don't want to know.
Something changed up. Something definitely changed up.
I know he gonna pay it.
Yeah.
Cause that's what you do. Shut him up, and whatever the case is. But but yeah. Other than that, I had a few of these things on there. I don't even know if I want to talk about. But what you laughing at?
Not that list.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I sent you the list. Yeah. I told you it was gonna be a good show, man. Where is everybody at? Why? See, this is what I'm talking about, right? This is what I'm talking about. Everybody had opinions, and when you invite them on to talk, nobody got shit to say. And I'm gonna hit the comments blowing up, so on and so forth after it's done and whatever. But my overall, like I said, you know, just to sum it up, my thing with relationships, and you don't know them. Whatever happened with Dr. Dre, once you reach that point where you no longer trust your spouse or you have to do certain shit and move and you're no longer you, just let it go. That's just the overall thing. You know what I'm saying? If the person you with is not making you happy, if the person you with, you gotta watch him, you gotta monitor him, you don't feel safe, you're not comfortable, he beating your ass, he cheating on you, going through his phone, you breaking shit, y'all fighting, y'all arguing, y'all ain't doing this, y'all ain't, just leave.
Yeah, bounce.
It's weird if she comes up and says for 20 years he's been doing X, Y, and Z for me, because all that's gonna say to me is you stood around for this moment. And again, she's not wrong. She played it. You know, I don't want to make it like, oh, you know, she's opportunist and no shit like that. I'm just saying, if your happiness in your life and your time is that much of value, because that's basically what you're getting. You're getting paid out because of your time invested into it. If you are asking me to pay for your time, why did you stick around so long? I'd have paid you out long ago, or you could have got away long ago. You know, if you were unhappy, just leave.
That just goes like hearing that. I've heard from a lot of like married folks, older, basically like they say marriage is basically a business deal.
It is. Women don't marry. You're saying what I'm saying. Women are never marrying a man that does not bring the things that I named earlier to the table. That's not happening. But you can marry a woman that does not bring shit but being fine to the table.
Yeah.
You can. This is exactly what I've been saying this entire podcast. There are different standards for it. As a man, you have to be successful. You are not walking around here a bum and being considered a husband or even a respectable man. You have to bring certain things to the table. You're taught that from an early age. What defines a man is the level of his success and how coveted he is. How much does she want him? Oh, he's tall, they after him. Is he an athlete? Is he this? Is he that? Is he successful? Is he a lawyer? What's your job? What do you do? Oh, girl.
Yeah, how much you making? What you driving?
What you doing? And then, of course, there is the male genitalia. Like, yo, He slanging. He doing this. He doing that. He putting it down. Oh, that's why you with him. That's not the same on the other end. It's not. That's not a lie. It's not a lie. As a man in America, as a man, period, your ability to be husband material is solely based off of a checklist, basically. And a woman to get you, she'll marry you, you'll get her the house, you'll do all these things and whatever. And then it's fuck you after that. I got her. She doesn't have to do anything. She didn't have to do anything to get him, and she learns she'll do those things to get him, but she doesn't have to. Like, she could be, I could just want you. I could just want you. As a man, I could just be attracted to you, and I can enjoy your company. And then
Sean Andrew, you gotta relax.
oh my drinking that wine. Your time.
Smokey was doing all that shit he was singing about. That's what that was.
Yo, them notes. Them notes.
Why they let him do that, man?
You know what? I'm gonna go so far as to say Smokey Robinson this song is the perfect example of why I believe guys like Tupac and Big, rest in peace, are so glad to not be here today. I'm off some people wrong, but legends, that aging well and leaving at legendary status, and Smokey got a catalog, but this just brought every fucking thing in question.
Oh yeah.
Smokey. Somebody get Smokey's number.
That's what I wish we could talk to him.
Smokey, I got questions.
I want to talk to his people too, man. Like,
absolutely.
why y'all let him do that?
Hey, I said that about women too. I said women got an opinion. Women got an opinion on all this Jada and Will entanglement shit, but they don't never tell their friends, yo, shorty, you fell off since high school, or don't post that, or get that off that. Like, why y'all got y'all friends out here looking bad? I don't like, the one thing I don't like is fine women that surround themselves with ugly girls to make themselves look better, or just ain't telling them the secrets that they got. Like, if you got your eyebrows done, why don't you tell your girl she looking bad out here? Your girl looking bad out here.
Yeah, that's what they want.
Nah. Hating shit. Tell your
that's by design.
Y'all want to be so honest out here. Tell your friend to get in the gym. She fell off. Motivate her. She said they don't listen. That's terrible. That's terrible.
We try, they don't listen.
I like, not for nothing, but that's like the biggest thing that you notice from like looking at people from high school, or whatever you do back in the day. When you see them and they post, you be like, I wouldn't have posted that one.
Hey, I see a lot of that on my feed, man. But
I mean, we all do.
I'm not judgmental.
Post
it.
I'm not either. But it comes there comes a point.
Somebody should stop you.
Yes.
That ain't the move.
Like, come on.
Relax.
Normalize telling your people that ain't the move, man. That ain't it. She said I'm the ugly friend. I'm weak. Yo, she got a lot to say. Why you ain't up here defending these women talking about this Jada shit, man? Where the women at? Why I invited everybody and their mama to come on here and they knew it was coming, but nobody got shit to say today. Don't nobody got no Jada talk? Yeah, nobody got no August Alsina talk? Ain't nobody got no points to prove? Oh yeah, you definitely missed it. Won't you chime in though, bro?
Yeah, say it. We here.
No. Come on in. We're gonna send you the invite one of these weeks. Hey. I be wanting to have these conversations, man. I'm over here, Ciroc, Juicy Juice.
Oh, you over there getting greasy like that?
Every week, bro.
Wow, okay.
AC Gray, training date. You got to get lit to do your job. What's up? Tap in, for real. Chime in. I welcome anybody at any time, man. Share this.
You got some shit to say. Now I'm curious.
And I'm really curious. I really want to have real conversations with people. People blow up my inbox and they be all in the comments and stuff like that. But when it comes to
we're gonna see
conversations,
we're gonna see if he really real. That's what's gonna happen. We're gonna see if he really real.
Who the fuck is Future? Ooh, listen, Chuck, man. Listen, I'm done with Chuck ass. I'm about to block this nigga, bro.
What Chuck say?
I'm drinking White Claw.
The White Claw. Seltzer beer again.
I've never listened to Future. Let me just go on the record and saying that. It's certain music. I'm a hip hop head, bro. I don't listen to Future. I don't even understand the hype behind Future. I have never listened to Future. Never.
I did early. I ain't gonna lie, I did early.
I've never
Like
listened
early. And his shit kind of changed, but early on, I was listening a lot.
The last thing I seen that I know from Future, that I could name is my man said, I'm in the whoopie the boot. I get the boopy the boot. Scooby the boot. I'm in the bitch the boot. Some shit of that. And that was on the drink. Yeah, that's all I know. That's like, all I know.
That's why I say, see,
like when I
way
work
out there somewhere now.
That's not my type of music. I don't know what, I don't know the hype behind him and certain people.
Early he was lit. For me, early. It was early.
I don't understand. I don't even understand. Like Future to me is the equivalent of that other. It's a couple of them little video chicks or Instagram or whatever chicks that be out there. And I'll be like, yo, you telling people you got that many bodies? It's one girl out there. I know you know who she is too. She said she had like 8,000 bodies or 30,000 bodies or some shit.
I don't know anybody like that.
No, I'm saying you don't know her, but you
I'm
know.
just saying, yeah.
She be messing with the celebrities, dog. But I don't know shit about them guys, man. I'm an 80s baby. I'm really from and still trying to figure out where did lyrics go. We were just having this conversation. There was a time in basketball and in rap where your job as the best was to take out everybody else. When you stepped on the court, you wanted to be the best. You wanted to kill them. You had to have a killer crossover, the next best move. You wanted your own signature move. You wanted to, your own shit. You wanted your own identity. Same with rap. When you got on the track with people, you said, all right, watch this. And we thought that was going from there. We literally just had this conversation. A lot of y'all are old enough to understand and remember when Juvenile's High came out. Oh, you ain't feeling high. You in big body bands now. It was like
having a hood combo to a beat, basically.
Oh, we died when that came out.
Yeah.
And Silk the Shocker. When we heard Silk the Shocker rapping our beat, we always was just like, oh, if y'all don't get this nigga off this song.
That was the weakest motherfucker out ever to me back then. Was Silk the Shocker, man. I'm sorry still.
Worst rapper in our time. He was the worst rapper in our time. Now, if you look at the offbeat, this nigga like Tupac to them, to these new rappers, because they don't find it. I don't know what the fuck they doing, but that's who we fathom as the worst rapper back there. Everybody got to Silk the Shocker. We was like, yo, bro, find this beat. Pete, get your brother, get your little brother. Everybody in the 80s or 80s babies in the 90s and shit like that was listening to No Limit. We all thought.
Look at him. Michael up 3-6 Mafia. What the hell was they talking about? Whooping ass. That's what they was talking about.
Listen, we all learned to love Juvenile's High. Yeah. But when it came out, we were so used to what rap was. Mm-hmm. We laughed. I remember this time like it was yesterday. I couldn't have been no more than like 13, 14.
It was a joke.
Like we said, yo, look at this shit. You a paper chaser, you got your block on fire. We was like, oh, he go a little bit once you stop making fun of him.
Mm-hmm. And listen.
Like, my man came on, the beat dropped, and he said, you want to go, huh? You want to know what it is, huh? We was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
This after we done just heard Jada Kiss just kill this verse and say what he just said.
Mm-hmm.
Fab and them, you know what I mean? Like, we, Benny Siegel, Jay-Z, like, we're listening to real rap back then.
Yeah.
Lyrics. Yeah, I've never gotten with Future, bro. I have never in my life, nothing against him. It's a way, but I know it's a culture out there, and I'm not knocking. I know some people say it's just not for me. Like, I still listen to rap. My phone, if you pull it up right now, my workout playlist and shit like that still got old rap in it. Mm-hmm. And the new rappers and the new artists that I listen to are dope. They're dope. Belly. Lyrics. I still look for the lyrics. I still look for the dope shit.
Yeah.
I can't escape that.
Good old Griselda.
Yeah, like still going for the bars.
Mm-hmm.
You sound like rap with a mess. Hey, it's a time and place for
The
everything.
strippers and the drugs.
It's a time and place for everything. Trust me. Because whether you want to, like, one of the new rappers that I champion and I've championed before all the Black Lives shit was Lil Baby. Boy got a message.
Yeah.
Boy got a message.
That's what I didn't tune in until I started hearing his interviews, man, the shit he was talking about. And that's what made me say, you know what, let me check him out. Cause I wasn't listening to that shit. I was like, I heard it. I heard one interview, man. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna check him out.
No, what got me was I had never really heard him. I knew who he was. I couldn't tell you who he was from anybody else. When Slim, what was the name of that? Queen and Slim album soundtrack came out.
Yeah.
I was listening to it. I was on the road. I was listening to it, and he just came on snapping. Running out of time. Yo, he snapped like bar for bar, lyric for lyric.
Yeah.
I said, and it hit me. It resonated with me. We can't never let them change our mind. We gotta stay strong, conquer, and don't divide. Now he says it in a way that's mumbling. So I would have never, chose it on my own. But when I stopped, you know, he had a message in there. And then watching the interviews, I was like, oh, he really got his head on straight. And now I see people, gravitate to him, like the things that like his album that last dropped and stuff. I listen to it and stuff like the boy got a message. Outside of that, not going to look for it. Not interested. Makes me close-minded. That's cool. I don't care. I listen to R&B, Ro James, Snow Allegra, like that. Like I'm listening to R&B before I listen to rap.
That's me, Mr. Barefoot, DJ Barefoot. That's me. That's all R&B. I caught on to that Summer Walker EP and that Tiana album. Woo!
Look, he said, woo.
Woo!
And you letting your sensitivity show.
Let it out. Barefoot out here. Everybody know that. Everybody know me know that though.
Hey, rap gotta have some sort of a message, but I definitely like them coke bars, dope shit, killing shit.
Yeah, that's why I listen to 3-6, man. They just talk about whooping ass. That's,
you know what I'm saying?
That's my lane.
But come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. I'm weak. Your brother calling you out, man.
Man, he don't know me then. That's all that's saying. Anybody that really know me, they know.
They say if you know, you know.
You know, you know.
So outside of that, the NFL wants to ban jersey swaps.
That's dumb as fuck.
The dumbest. The dumbest.
So how's the game? All right, how's the game gonna be played?
Exactly.
So y'all can cough, breathe, sweat on each other, spit on each other, but don't swap them jerseys.
Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you my thoughts on it. So back when I was in the Army, we used to they put regulation and policy in where we couldn't wear white tees, fitted hats a certain kind of way, earrings in our ear, and of course jeans a certain way or whatever. We come through the gate, or if we were off post or anything as a soldier, you could not wear white tees, jeans, hats, earrings. Them white boys could wear cowboy boots, spurs on them, cowboy hats, belt buckles with insignia and everything else on it. And all that said to me was, mind you, let me put it in perspective. They used to get together and they would hang out in certain bars that we were not we weren't banned from, but we knew it would not sing, so we didn't go.
And they probably ain't like your kind anyway.
Right. And they called themselves the Silver Star Outlaws.
All right.
And from my understanding, what I remember was it didn't matter your rank. It mattered when you were initiated in there. The rank should go out the window once you're a Silver Star Outlaw and you're in there. I say all that to say it's no different than the gang. I don't care if it was a club. I don't care what they did violently or whatever the case was. You knew that their culture, their background, what they choose to wear, cowboy hat, belt buckles with insignia, so on and so forth, tight jeans, whatever shirt that they wore, their boots with their spurs. All you were saying to me, I'ma fuck you over, nigga. You ain't wearing what you like to wear. I couldn't wear this, couldn't wear earrings, couldn't wear white tee. Can't tell me why. Just to know it's our background or whatever. I don't see a lot of white athletes embracing. I'm not saying they don't do it. I've seen it. I've seen them be involved with it. But I believe the jersey swap tradition is and has become a black athlete tradition.
Yeah, it has. Even when the article came out, you saw the picture. It was two
And
black guys.
everybody that was mad was black.
Yeah.
Everybody tweeting and whatever. You mean to tell me I can tackle this dude? He can sweat, I can sweat. We can breathe the same air. We can, whatever the case is, on the same field, same air, same environment. But I can't swap jerseys.
All right.
All they told me was more of that. It was more of that condescending shit that the NFL has been doing with Black Lives Matter and apologies and trying to be inclusive, all while hanging themselves. Just say what you mean. You want them? Hey, y'all stop doing that shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is.
Who is it hurting? Who is it hurting?
I don't know. Especially since, just a transition, especially since we just watched the UFC fight that's trash as shit, fucking foot stomping.
Yeah, I couldn't wait to talk. What was trash about the fight?
Did you watch it?
I watched the highlight.
Okay. So, first of all, the fight, there's no crowd. So
Yeah.
the pay-per-view fee was close to $90.
Mm.
If you had ESPN Plus and shit like that, I think it was like $66 or something.
Okay.
Either way, you're not selling tickets. You got a guy who was thrown into a fight. You got a guy that was thrown into the fight 6 days notice, goon, and he goes up against this guy who's undefeated or whatever. But bottom line was, you charged people to watch this fight, and with most sports like the NFL and everything else, your job is to entertain at the end of the day. The fight consisted of 28 minutes. It's a 25-minute fight. I think 20 minutes of it.
Yeah,
five rounds, 5 minutes. I think about 18 to 20 minutes of it. The dude, big black guy, Nigerian Nightmare.
Usman.
He clinched him.
Of course.
Usman clinched him the whole fight. And they really wasn't moving. He just kept stepping on his foot. And I understood the strategy. I'm not mad at the strategy. But what I'm saying is, if I'm the UFC, I can't allow this to happen. I can't.
Yeah.
This is my main event. I'm charging people, and I'm in the business of entertainment. But again, you're talking to somebody who has gone on record saying, I don't give a fuck if athletes take performance enhancement drugs or what they do.
Right.
I don't care what you do as a boxer, as an athlete. If it makes you jump higher, if it makes you fight harder, if it makes you numb to the pain, and my job here or your job here is to take out the next guy, and the next guy has the same opportunity to do the same shit, what the fuck do I care? If baseball is boring and that your job is to hit home runs, you still got to go out there and hit them.
Yeah.
So if you decide to take a performance enhancing drug that makes you jump over Zion or higher than Zion Williamson, or further than Michael Jordan, or shoot shots at a rate better than Steph Curry, and I'm watching this shit to be entertained, I'm not saying this shit is honorable. But nigga, I'm watching this shit to see a nigga get dunked on. I'm seeing it, I'm watching it to see you get knocked out. I'm watching it to be entertained. I'm not watching it to see who can hold for fucking 20 minutes and step on a dude's foot. Get that man a Timberland deal, get him the fuck up out of there.
So it's my thing. It's two people in there fighting, dog.
Fight.
When them fights happen.
Fighting.
Yeah. So I mean, if he's holding, what the fuck is Masvidal doing?
Masvidal was out. Masvidal's not as strong as him. Fighting is about technique. It's about quickness.
Yeah.
He lost. Listen, I'm not disagreeing with the fact that if you don't like Mayweather dancing around and not getting hit, Mayweather's the best technical fighter you've ever seen. Your job is to hit me and me not get hit. That's it. That's what boxing is.
Yeah.
It's not to knock you out or whatever. Get a knockout, cool. But boxing is technically, I'm supposed to hit you to get points. You're not supposed to hit me.
Right.
Mayweather is the best technical fighter we have ever witnessed. He's the greatest technical fighter we have ever seen. He's a great entertainer as far as drawing a crowd and making you bringing him in or marketing. Aside from that, the boxing legends are Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, and the guys of that nature.
Yeah.
And I watched Iron Mike. I ain't watch Iron Mike to say, oh, he's gonna go out there and step on the dude's foot or technically box him. Same with Muhammad. When Muhammad made Rope-a-Dope, boy was, some improv, this thing, but he was still, I'm not tuning in. I'm not tuning in to watch you show me. I'm not saying he should, go out there and lose if you can't, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, bro, you're strong, you're stepping on feet, do that shit elsewhere. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying as a owner, I would say the same shit about a podcast. Let me be clear. If we're not entertaining or we're not getting the message across or talking about the things that you want to hear, you should absolutely complain. And as the owner or somebody else, you should be able to check somebody and say, that ain't it, bro. It's called being honest. Because you can just voice your little opinion on Facebook or whatever like the rest of us if you're not going to bring the entertainment. That's all I'm saying. If you're charging people for a fight. Not hugging, not foot stomping, none of that. I would give Masvidal another chance because I heard that Nigeria. I heard Usman. That's his little strategy. That's what he does.
You're a grappler. That's the thing. When you get something like UFC, you're gonna get all these different styles. Like he'll throw bombs on you too. You know what I'm saying? Because he got Kobe like that, which I love that fight.
Let me fight him.
Who?
Let me fight him. Usman. Let me fight him.
Have a blast.
Let me fight him.
Have a blast.
Somebody tag that dude. Let me fight. I bet you ain't stepping on my foot.
That's my point. Why is he's what is the other guy doing while he's watching his feet get stomped on, bro?
He was overpowered, admittedly. I seen the dude. He had more reach. He was cut more, whatever.
Yeah,
I think
he's in the whole camp.
I don't think it was a good fight to begin with. You're talking about two different fighters. I understand what UFC is, whatever the case is, but that being said, not mad at the dude. I was disappointed, and as a fan, you got to understand. And you got to understand that you're not just there. Mayweather, like guys like Mayweather understood that shit. You know what I'm saying? Guys like Mike Tyson and everybody else, the greats understand. Even Masvidal understands. Like it's showmanship. It's the front cover of UFC gaming. It's everything. It's marketing. As a business, we're in the you never want to sit back and read all down the timeline. This is the most boring fight ever, and that's all I saw on every.
So
outlet.
what did Masvidal say about Usman's fighting game, fighting strategy?
I don't know.
He said he fought a beautiful fight. And give me a full training camp for this next fight.
Of course he's gonna say that. He can't say he just lost and he can't come in and say you foot stomping motherfucker. They're all saying
we talking about Masvidal, dog. Who we knew.
No. Listen,
come on.
We know. Listen, I hear you, but let's keep it a buck. When I say entertainment, I say business. What you're not gonna do is you're not gonna, as LeBron James. There's only so many times you can shrug off. Jordan couldn't do what I do in this era, without sounding and offending people. You can't do it. And let's keep it a buck. For all the people that love Jordan, I'm one of them. Jordan is the greatest of all time. Mm-hmm. Can Jordan do that in this era? He can't. Let's not even debate it. It's not a fucking argument. It's not even close. What Jordan did in his time, and let's just take it, a dunk from the free throw line, the high school kids are doing that. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know about comparing the two and the difference in timing. The killer instinct, you can't trade that. You can't discount it. But let's call it what it is. Jordan jumping from the free throw line as his claim to fame. He cannot win a dunk contest doing that dunk in 2020. Therefore, you have to concede that what worked then won't work now. Whether that's the NBA being soft, whether that's the times change, whether that's the rules, maybe whatever. But you got guys like Zion Williamson doing windmills from the free throw line in high school. They're different animals. So Masvidal is in the right saying politically correct statements. You're not gonna go out there and shoot your foot off. You're not gonna do that.
He
You
would
just
though.
lost.
That's what I'm saying. That's if you follow him long enough, and it sounds like you do.
No. I know him.
I know.
Call him the goon for a
Yeah,
reason.
he's not. He's not Mr. Political correct. He's never gonna say some shit because I don't want to look a certain way. He gonna shoot it off the rip. He just slap him. He done left interviews and slap motherfuckers, yo. So yeah, that's why I want to see him Masvidal with a full count. That'd be a whole different fight.
Hold on, it's your daughter.
If it's key, yeah.
She don't like LeBron.
Nope.
All right, she gotta get off here. I'm about to block her. And it's not even about basketball. How do you not like somebody that does the things off the court that he does? I don't care how you let me put it a better way. Basketball aside, and basketball included, because basketball allows him to do the things he do. The man ain't been in no scandals. The man has, from day one, from just putting his guys on and doing it the right way, feeding his people, putting his people in a position to win, schools, so on and so forth. If you watch that man's career and the things he's done, even if you don't like the fact that he teams up with his guys, what cockiness is there? This is a kid. He's no different than Michael Jordan, raised in the spotlight. The boy has been on the cover of magazines since high school, AAUs and stuff, coveted as the chosen one. That childhood shit is out the window. No father, no none of that. Mother in the projects, bounced around. Coach was damn near his father. Basketball is all he has. He don't go out there. He's never been out there saying I'm X, Y, and Z unless provoked. The chosen one of his whole shit is he bring his guys with him. Carmelo, Chris, whatever. He wants to be around family. I don't know nobody in the world that doesn't want to win and win around the people that they love and care about, as opposed to people that are doing shit behind his back or that aren't good for his mental state, whatever. What he did was he changed the way the league dealt with athletes. You're not going to trade me. I'm going to trade myself. I'm going to take my career in my own hands. I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to take my guys with me. You can be mad at it. You can even not like, the one thing I hate about Bron on record is he does not have a killer instinct. It's too family oriented for him. He doesn't go out there and just knock niggas' heads off. He has, like, even his nemesis, if you want to call it that, the guy that people think he hates the most, Draymond Green, is his guy. Golden State Warriors, I would hate them if I was LeBron James. You took X amount of championships from me. I had to go through you. Y'all talk shit. We argue. Those are his people.
Yeah.
He don't have no bad blood with none of them. And everybody in the league could tell you firsthand, he's the first one to give them their contracts. He's the first ones to go out there and show them how to do shit. He's the first ones to bring them there, send them wine, do all these things. He's too nice. That's the one thing I hate about him. But that's the dude. For all the other people that you're talking about and want to name in a conversation of sports, Jordan and them wasn't it. We needed Jordan a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't there. Shit, even Kobe. Love Kobe. Many times Kobe told us he could not relate to black struggles in America because he was a military brat and was raised X, Y, Z, didn't have a comment on it.
Right.
That's not to discredit his work and the things that he's done, but let's keep it a buck. The only athlete that we've really ever had outside of Muhammad Ali and some of the others that was really advocate for us and did not shy away from the shit is Bron. Mm-hmm. So I don't care what he do. I'm gonna root for the man's success. Fact. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest with him and tell you, yo, you gotta go out there and kill. It ain't on everybody else. Don't nobody give a fuck about I don't even know, fucking Tristan Thompson or somebody. Nobody care a fuck about Let's just be honest. Like, nobody's walking around right now saying Tristan Thompson is 3-6 in the playoffs. Nobody's saying that.
Nobody cares.
It's Bron.
Mm-hmm.
But the boy a killer. He is what he is. But Chucky, what's up, man? I'm still blocking your daughter though when we done with this. Game 7 podcast ban, official ban list. No, hey, hold on, no longer friend of the show.
I'm no longer a friend of the show.
I'm just kidding. Gracie survived in an era when the UFC didn't have rules. The statement is blasphemous. Who?
Gracie.
Who that?
What?
Who that?
Notorious Gracie family, man. The jiu-jitsu guys. So that's that might be which one? There's so many of them. I want to say is that Hoist? That's the jiu-jitsu guy. If you go back, he was the one wearing the gi and folding everybody up when UFC first started.
Okay, well, you got to tell me who he is because it sound like
you had Hoist, you had Hickson. That's the whole family. Like every gym you go to, you'll see it say Gracie Bar on there or whatever.
Man, Chuck, what up, man?
And jiu-jitsu family, jiu-jitsu guys over there.
Gangbanging.
I believe that was Hoist though.
All right, well,
And Royce, they they R's and H's over there in Brazil.
Y'all let me know what else is y'all. I keep on. I'm pause. Y'all
Yeah,
fill me in later. You and Chuck, man. Let me know. Let me know what it is or whatever. But the only other thing that I had on my list was Wayfair. That's the only other thing. I mean, obviously, Dean Maxwell, and we would not be doing our podcast any justice if we didn't say justice for Breonna Taylor.
Definitely. How many days now? 108 and counting. Still no justice.
I definitely never want to shy or give people the impression we're shying away from the movement or, not in tune because I still post and I still talk about it. I just, I try not to get too engulfed in being a one-trick pony or beating the dead horse or whatever. But we still very much involved in it, still in tune, still watching, still keeping in tune with the sad Naya Rivera situation and her disappearance, shit like that. But Wayfair, just wow, I guess.
Yeah, it's just looking a little funny, a little weird. Like,
more than a little funny.
how can they make it? How can they make any of the shit we like looked at make sense?
It's again, that's the bad part about 2020, and I know this shit started a while ago, and these whistles have been blown. But you got these situations where they're so serious and so outlandish that you want to believe that they're fake, and your mind goes, "Ain't no way," but evidence and so on and so forth. It's just there, bro. Like it's the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
The fuck is really going on? And this whole pedophilia, child abuse, and child trafficking, sex trafficking ring shit is, you just hope when the whistle gets blown and the names start dropping and so on and so forth that no stone goes unturned. Somebody got to pay.
Oh yeah, somebody definitely.
A lot of people got to pay.
That's I'm waiting on the list of them names. Somebody they got tapes, and I'm like, yo, it's about to get real.
We knew they had tapes.
Yeah.
Evidence.
So if those ever make it out though, whew.
Nah, you don't want that to make it out. That's some shit that like I said, I haven't watched. I just fry them motherfuckers, man. At some point you really just get to the point where you want street justice and you want it to not be a trial. You want to not have that situation where you're wondering if they're going to get off or if they fake their death or they going to imprison them or they going to get off or whatever the case. You don't want none of that.
All right.
You're involved. You should be able to be, dealt with. Because victims didn't have no choice. They suffered.
Oh,
I don't want you to have take no solace in who I got this or plea deals or none of that. Like Maxwell situation, man, with her.
No comfortability.
I don't care what you expose. I don't care if you got tapes. If as the government you're writing up a deal for her, nah, bruh. You gotta rip that up right after. Get what you can from her, rip that shit up. Throw the book at her, man. Burn her.
She could easily go in there and say, it's some powerful people up in that ring, so she could easily go in there and say she feared for her life and all that, and play that role, and you know what I mean. So
you gotta burn them. Get your evidence. See, and see that's what I'm saying. Like that's my thing is I understand that cases often go cold, or the statement is always true. It's not what you know; it's what you can prove. Sometimes it's what you know. Sometimes it is what you know. And that's kind of what I'm getting at is at some point with certain situations, i.e., child trafficking, sex trafficking, all this abuse shit, I would like to get to a point where it's not about doing it by the book.
all right.
Do what you gotta do, use what you know, kill them motherfuckers, man. I'm serious. Kill them.
Y'all though. I mean,
If nah.
I mean, like what way?
Justin. I mean,
So you mean frying? Put him in the chair.
man, listen,
Outside.
I don't care
Got
how
you.
you do it. I
Sit in
don't
this
care
chair.
how you
Get these votes.
yeah. At some
Okay.
vigilante justice. At some point,
Yeah.
it's like for her. Let's be honest. We know history has taught us one thing, and that's if she can produce the evidence that she says she can produce, or we think that she has. The more that she can produce, the lighter her sentence.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying you ain't turn yourself in by the kindness of your heart.
Yeah, we had to come get you and squeeze it out of you. Yeah, I feel you. I follow.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying you don't get no deal. Tell her what she want to hear to get that information.
Yeah, and take it off the table.
Oh,
Got you.
As soon as I get the information that I need and I'm done, oh, you thought it was sweet. You don't get there's no pass for that.
Yeah. Whenever they get there, like they be having to hold up whatever deal they make. Like, how come we can't? You're a criminal.
Exactly, and
I gotta hold up our end of the deal.
Nobody in the world. You have to be a weird type of person to feel a sense of loyalty to a deal that you gave a pervert.
Yeah, facts.
You find somebody that argues, well, they made a deal with her. It's not fair. It's not what America's built on. They're a pedophile. No reason. There's no reason in this world for you to feel sympathy for that woman because she was not only an advocate, but she was that man's right hand. And
She was bringing them in.
Exactly.
Recruiting, scouting.
Exactly. I don't have no sympathy for you. I don't give a fuck if they tear your deal up. Burn. You're wild, and I said it before. To me, she's worse than the men because you're a woman allowing me to do these things to younger women.
You aiding it,
and going out and voluntarily luring them in, bringing them in, and so on and so forth. Like that's crazy to me. That's wild. I have no sympathy for that, man. You know what I mean? Like I said. And like I said, I'll take it a step further. I think the FBI has always had evidence and will always have CIAs and all these agencies and shit like that. I believe that they already have evidence, but I believe just like any movie and any situation we've ever known, it's long ago not been about what you know, but what you can prove. And I'm saying, fuck proving it. Get rid of it. Send somebody like you would have done Bin Laden and get these motherfuckers the fuck up out of there. That's what I'm saying. What we waiting on? That's kind of what I'm getting at. Other than that, I don't really got too much to say. All that COVID-19 and whatever. We got a special guest in the building.
King Carter.
Hey, who is that? Say Santana.
Yo, Carter was cracking.
Carter, can you say pantaloons? Anyway, what else you got for me? What else you got on your docket? Because I'm out of.
Let me see. Your docket was pretty much mine, other than what I didn't really talk about was the stuff Kanye's family being concerned about him. Talking about he in the midst of a bipolar episode. You seen that?
Did anybody doubt that? Yes, bipolar. Did anybody doubt that?
No, because we spoke on it. I think we spoke on it.
Yeah, when I said I didn't want him to be president, this is why.
Yeah.
This is absolutely why I didn't want him, and you can't not advocate for him being president.
We already got a fucking weird bipolar motherfucker in office right now. Good enough. I might have said too much. Can't edit it out. Said it live. So.
Santana. Yeah, you know Kanye, bro. Bipolar. You cannot tell me that that's a good choice, regardless of what you're. Now, mind you, I understood people's position. You know, you're gonna lose either way when you put somebody in position. Shots fired. Hey, take your buses. Go downstairs. Thank you. And anyway, yeah, you can't put a guy like that in you can't put a guy like that in office, man. It's too unpredictable. It's too much.
Man, I'm good. I mean,
Nah. Who wants
goddamn Kanye to get in office? I'm good on that.
Yeah, you can't do it. So I mean, but there's people out there that are gonna continue to advocate for it or think that it's a better idea, and they're not wrong. Like I've seen Joe Biden's politics. I don't agree with him. Not happy with him.
That's another.
We know Trump is capable.
Fuck.
Listen.
Talking about creepy, man. That's a creepy motherfucker.
I promise you. I'm so glad that we had this platform. I'm so glad that we have this platform, and I'm so glad that it's recorded and it's in his. When they go back to episode 1, 2, 3, and up in this one, and they see the things that we're talking about and the shit that I'm saying, I want people to come back and tell me I was right. There's no win-win in this. Tear it down.
Mm-hmm.
Tear it down. Tear it down. The fact that you have presidential candidates that you believe, or ex-presidents and influential people that you believe are inside child sex trafficking rings and so on and so forth, is enough to just not vote for them.
Yeah.
Or weird. It's just enough. That's enough. Like once your name is in there,
That's.
And if I gotta speculate or question it,
Sicko.
And I do believe Trump is gonna win again.
Yeah.
I do believe Trump is gonna win again. One of the bigger things that I've always said about allegations and shit like that, whether that be police violence or whatever, if you are a police officer and you truly did not mean to shoot somebody or hurt somebody, there's not a lawyer in this world that can stop me from showing real remorse. I'm gonna display that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stand up in front of the world the same way that I'm out there in the front line, and I'm gonna tell you, like, yo, I fucked up. I didn't really mean. I understand the need to not do it because it incriminates you and shit like that. But if you have real remorse, you just took somebody's life, they were unarmed, and you really didn't care. Fuck all that other shit.
Mm.
Be a human decency.
Yeah.
It's the same shit. If you out here and your name is an allegation, say something. Fuck you hiding for? Unless you think you can get away with it.
Yeah, that's it right there. See, can we talk about Papa's babysitting? What you talking about, Key?
Why you say that? Why you say that, Chuck? Why you think Trump not winning, bruh? I mean, listen, I hope you're right, but I believe it. I just don't believe that there's a stronger candidate to take him out.
Nope.
At this point.
Biden, man.
Whoa. What's happening right now?
You don't vote for me.
Hold on. Somebody need their nails done and they need you babysitting.
Oh, I should have did that yesterday.
All I'm seeing is you about to be babysitting. Can we talk about Papa's baby? And nails done. I'm weak. She putting it on. She said it's a done deal. And so yeah, that's it. Other than entanglement, which was the big shit for me,
Yeah,
I really didn't
that was the main.
pay too much happening. I think we come to the consensus that it's a man's job and it's a woman's inherent right to be spoiled or be pampered.
You know, say pampered and or taken care of.
Taken care of, whether that be mental, physical, or whatever. If those things are endangered, she can pretty much do whatever. I think that's the consensus. And I dare anybody to get on here and tell me that I'm wrong, but I feel like when, women need that vacation, girls night out, so on and so forth. I think it's a man's job or a girl's prerogative to just do that. I don't think men have ever had that out, guys night out, or shit like that. I don't think men get that, afford that luxury of being able to just say me and the guys is just, we need a break from the kids, need a break from the job, so on and so forth. We out. And whatever happens, whatever, girls trip, all that. I don't think men really do that.
Probably not for the most part.
Well, I already said I'm never going on. I'm never going on. If I go on a vacation with the guys, I'm on bullshit. Just being honest. There's nothing in that wants to go out of town or go somewhere with just my guys to gamble, hang out, and drink. I'm on bullshit. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, I ain't never done that, so.
I've never either. I don't listen. I've never, when you watch like Married with Children and these movies and shit, and you see these husbands that go to the bar after work or hang with their guy. I've never even known it. I've never.
That I've done hit the bar or something. But I mean, like, out of town on like.
I mean, so regularly that if you look at the old or the movies and shit, so regularly that your woman knows he at the bar with the guys, or that's his go-to, and so on and so forth. Like,
not regular.
Every so often, the most that I've ever gotten is like, ever so often, we go to Buffalo Wild Wings or meet at a bar or something like that for a fight.
Ain't nothing that's a constant though. So,
and even in those situations, it's like, hey, babe, come with me. Most of the time. And if it's just not you, then shit, this is what we doing this weekend. The guys want to get together and watch the fight. But I mean, so regularly, I'm just, again, this is just me, Dwight Nash, and I'm speaking on my behalf. If I ever tell you that I'm going on a trip or, some shit like that for some days or something, and it's the guy, I'm on bullshit. I'm on straight dummy mode. And I even had a comment, some girl on my timeline asked, somebody asked on my timeline, should a man have a lock on his man cave?
A lock?
Yeah.
I ain't never heard of that.
I ain't either. And I answered, I said, listen, I know because I read some of the comments, I was like, listen, I know
I never heard of that.
Man and shit like that or whatever. I was like, I know some. I said, I know there's some men that ain't gonna like what I say, but if I feel the need to lock a door in my house, I'll just leave. I'm just like, my son comes in here, right? So my son comes in, but can you imagine if my son feels daddy's in there? And if I feel the need, like, regardless,
why I locked the man. Like, what you got in there?
It's just, listen, it's odd to me. But again, if I'm in a relationship and I feel the need that I need to get away from you so much that I need to lock the door.
Homie in that FaceTime.
Something. Bro.
Lock the man cave.
Your homie with the cave entrance that's a huge safe door, he's wild. Yeah, he got demons. He got some skeletons.
Safe door.
I'm not saying that privacy is not necessary. I'm not knocking anybody that do it. I'm just saying, for me, period, the man cave is what it is. Like, this is my studio. And I get it. Like, I come in here, I play my games, I make my music, whatever, get away. And it gets frustrating when you don't have that time block to do and focus strictly on it. But I don't need no lock.
Yeah, a lock is wild.
A lock is wild.
All right, so how I took it was like when he not in there, it's locked. So he be in there and it's locked, is what you saying?
Yeah, he going and lock the door.
No. That's even wild.
Yeah. See, and that's what I'm saying. Like, not even Like that even makes sense to me. Like if I gotta lock it because I don't want my son to come in here and just fuck with my settings or some shit, that's different.
But and you in there and it's locked.
You in there and you lock the door, your family, bruh, that's wild. You wild.
That's it's nasty,
You're
man.
wild.
You in there being Mr. Nasty Man.
Ew, that boy, he over there, he's spraying walls or something, bro. He's wild.
Spray on.
You gotta watch him.
Nah,
Seriously though, like the man
that
cave.
FaceTime action.
Yeah, the man cave is an idea.
Yeah.
An environment more so.
But now I'm gonna be locked in it.
Yeah, nah, I won't be locked in.
Like, don't come walking in here when this red light is on and got the door locked. Like, what what's going on in there, son?
I can see it now. What the fuck? I'm in a man cave. What the freak? Yeah, nah, it's too much, bro. If I gotta lock the door, I'm gonna just leave. I'm out. If I need privacy and I need to get away, I'm gonna just leave.
Yeah, that's wow. That's my first time hearing it. That's why I'm shocked. Like
it was a legit debate, and it just to me was like, who does that? Who does that? But again, you know, I can only assume creeps.
Yeah.
About out of town and the lock. Final answer. That's some beat down shit, y'all.
The lock.
And, listen, vacations is dope. Like if I'm tired, I need to get away.
Right.
Get away. We're gonna get away together.
Mm-hmm.
But if I ever just need to get away, and you're not included as my woman.
So it's safe to say when this pod hits the road, the women will be with us.
If and when this pod hits the road, okay, listen to what I'm saying. Business is different. If I'm out of town, like I drive trucks, or my business takes me out of town,
Yeah.
I'm out of town. There's no access missing. My phone's not locked. I'm not doing something. You know, there's always a time. Like say, understand business is business, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't trust your partner at the low, you definitely not trusting them at the top, at the high. That's just a given.
Right.
But understand the business. I'm one of those guys where I don't want you not to be involved. Like I don't even like handling money. That's just not who I am. Like if I have to make the money, handle the money and all that shit, I'm feeling some kind of way. Like, what are you doing? That's kind of how I am in a relationship. Like if it's all on me, I'm Cameron and paid in full. No shrimp fried rice for you. No ribs. You don't get nothing. If I gotta do it all, you don't get nothing. But if we in it and it's a business, come on. You can ride. We're going on a trip. You can ride. If the situation permits itself, you can ride. And if not, here's the schedule. Be back at the hotel at X, Y, and whatever time you need to hit me, I'm hitting you, whatever. I think your spouse knows when you, or should know when you're on bullshit or when you need your time. Like if you hit me and you blowing me up because you think I'm on bullshit, or if you can suddenly not reach me when I'm normally yeah. But other than that, you shouldn't fuck with nobody that you feel like you know what I mean? I'm on the road, I'm money.
You got to babysit.
Well, yeah, because if
that's what I call it. You got to babysit somebody.
Yeah, if I'm out making the money, if I'm out spending the money, you gotta understand it. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, yeah, when the pie hit the road or whatever, if ever this, because I'm trying to get this 250 followers today.
You should have. Where you at now?
Last I checked, I was at 133.
Oh, okay, get it. Get them views. Get them subscribers.
If I can get 250, I'm decent. Weekend, so I'm gonna try to hit 250. So
you get there quick.
We just laugh. We
putting
just
that
laugh.
content up.
Absolutely, Chris. What the fuck you got to say?
Yeah, I was waiting on the feedback.
Just what in the fuck you got to say? Anyway, I'm a little disappointed that no women decided to come put their 2 cents in today. None. Nobody wanted to come on and defend.
I was looking forward to that part. To low key
God.
arguing.
I promoted the fuck out of it just so they could get their shit off and watch. As soon as I end this shit in the next 2 minutes, everybody will have some shit to say and rebuttals, and I don't want to hear that shit. I'm gonna block you, motherfuckers, man. Nigga just called you a 10, bro.
Yo.
In that case, I think I'm
gonna cut that music on.
Called you a 10. You're a 10. I'm a 6. Oh, that's that bullshit.
Damn, son.
Welcome to Game 7, everybody.
Pantaloon Hunter.
Whoa. Oh, you know what I just missed? I wonder if people still want that Jada and Will love. Relationship goals, boy. Y'all better stop.
Yeah, because you never fucking know what's going on in somebody else's house. I've been preaching this since forever. You never know.
Stop worshiping these fucking relationships. Live your own. Fix your own. Fix yourself. Love yourself. Be in the relationship with the motherfucker you in a relationship, and stop taking advice and looking at fucking pictures and shit online, and love the motherfucker you with. And on that note, fuck you motherfuckers.
Out.
Perfect.
Moments ago, went through their usual pregame ritual, although there's nothing usual about a Game 7.
What time is it? Game time.
And welcome to Game 7, everybody.